What's up, everybody? It's your boys back at it again with another episode of the Cam and T Podcast. I'm your co-host, Tony T. Tom West. If you're listening to this on Spotify, on iTunes, whatever you listen to your podcast to, go ahead, give us a 5-star rating. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and like the video. It helps with the algorithm. As I said, I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West. We also have Cambo. What's going on, brother? Happy podcast day, brother.
Happy Pod Day, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. I meant to tell you this off camera too. They're calling for like 10 inches of snow up this way or something like that this weekend. So I don't know. Am I supposed to be like running to the store and stuff? But they're calling for like a bunch of snow up here. Are we gonna get it? Who knows? But they are calling for it, so we'll see what happens. But I'm kind of preparing for that. Had a good college football weekend. Good NFL weekend. Got to watch some good games, man. I'm in a pretty good mood. I can't complain, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm about the same, man. I think it's funny that you mentioned that about the snow. Is we was talking about that earlier today when I was in an office, and we was talking about how people, when snow come around, everybody be trying to run to the stove. Let me tell you, bro. I seen
Georgia got hit with snow this past weekend, right? Like South Georgia, they got hit
South
hard.
Georgia. I didn't even know. Zach called me and was like, I heard y'all got snow. I was like, man, we ain't got no doggone snow. What you talking about?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. He was like, I heard y'all got some snow. And then I apparently Macon got it. It was in Macon.
Yeah, like South Georgia.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if this was, I don't remember if this was last year or if this was when I was living in Florida or what. But one time there was some snow. Yeah, AB said he got snow down in Pensacola.
Yeah, Pensacola got snow
that's
too.
Nuts.
Yeah.
But I remember one time I walked in the grocery store, and when I tell you it was this lady, her cart was full of milk. They had to have at least 15 gallons of milk in her cart.
Man.
And I'm like, what are you even gonna do with all that?
Right, you are gonna be snowed in for a day or two at most.
Like you go get you one. I don't understand that. Like people, they load up on toilet paper, they load up on milk, and it's like, with all due respect, we live in an era where we don't have to do that anymore. Like if we get snowed in, like if it gets really bad, the government is most likely going to take care of you. Like they're not going to just leave you out here to die. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they very well could, but it's not going to be so bad to where, matter of fact, let me not say that, because in Texas, them people died last year or a couple years ago during that snowstorm. So let me not even say that. I get it, actually. Because they governor or whoever or senator, he left them to literally freeze to death. So I don't know, it might happen, but I still don't understand the whole getting every single thing of toilet paper that you can see, getting every single gallon of milk. It can't be that many people in your home. It can't be.
Yeah.
Unless you going on a run for others, but still you shouldn't be able to do that. Like 15 gallons of milk in your cart.
That's how it was when COVID happened. It was like everybody ran and got tissue paper.
It's like,
Americans are actually kind of funny when you think about it, bro.
Yeah, we are. Really, it's like, why do all of that? Like, go get you, I understand. Go get 2 gallons of milk. Because I don't know about you, but I don't really do a whole lot of milk anyway.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't do milk at all.
See, that's what I'm saying. I do almond milk or like lactate.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm saying? So I don't do a whole lot of milk to begin with. Like it's just not that much that I eat with it. Maybe, I eat a bowl of cereal every now and then, but it's like, what am I gonna do with milk, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna do with milk?
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel you. Same thing here. I guess people say like in case the power goes out, out the bam, whatever. But I'm like,
but if the power go out, your fridge not gonna be working.
Right. So, right.
Right.
No, I don't get it. I'm like, well, it's still your fridge is gonna be out. So who cares? Yeah. I didn't even understand. People say I'm going to get canned goods this weekend.
Yes.
I didn't understand that because that's probably what I'll do just to be safe.
Safe. Yeah.
But I never understood the milk and bread and all that. Because even with bread, if it's out in the hot for like I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But whatever.
Yeah.
We're moving forward. But yeah, people are up here in North Carolina panicking. They're calling for like 15 inches of snow this weekend. So people are like freaking out. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Y'all in the comment section live tonight already. So shout out to y'all, Denzel. I see y'all in there. Bag, what's going on, brother? AB in there. AB was in here before the show even came on. Shout out to bro.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out how in the world he did that.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that, but he was already in the comments before we even came on. So good for him. We got a lot going on tonight. I was gonna talk about Indiana winning their first national championship ever. We're gonna talk about the Curt Cignetti effect for these coaches. We got to get into that. Also as well, NFL. We'll talk about that a lot. Playoff stuff like that. Darian Mensah looks like he's gonna be getting sued. We're gonna be talking about all that tonight. Bills. I know you want to get your bars off about Josh Allen, so definitely. I'll go give you like 10 minutes to just flow, because I know you want to get your bars off on that whole situation. So we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. So tune in. But let's jump into the national championship first. I actually stayed up and watched every single play of that game, and I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, especially the second half. I felt like the second half was even better. Honestly, I don't know about you. I feel like Miami shouldn't hang their heads too low. I thought they competed in that game, honestly, to be quite frankly honest with you. They were right there in it. They lose, though, 27-21. It was kind of nasty work out. Indiana had like 60% of the fans in your own like stadium in the biggest game in y'all's program history in like over 25 years. So that was like not the best look for Miami. Like I think they even like called the false start. But anyway, Indiana, first national title. I'll actually go first, man. For one, congratulations to Indiana, 16-0. I don't care if they had a bunch of grown men playing on the team. That was a very good team. It don't matter. All these guys still had eligibility. Curt Cignetti found a method, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? He found every 6-year senior he could get, every 5th-year senior he could get, and he hooped with them. You just got to give credit where it's due. He found the method that hasn't been patched yet. So kudos to him, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. But again, man, just kudos to the Indiana fan base. I didn't even know this until last night. They have the biggest alumni base in the country. I didn't know that until last night. I think they said they have like 800,000 living alumni, which is crazy.
Man.
So that's a lot of people.
How big is that school? Indiana, not even that big of a state.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to look that up now. But yeah, man, I was impressed with what they've been able to do this season, what they've been able to really do the last 2 seasons under Curt Cignetti. Again, I talked about it last night. We laughed at Curt Cignetti when he first came out. Me and you might have even got on this podcast and laughed at him. And he was saying, hey, you know, we going up against Ohio State, Michigan. We don't care. We whooping butt and taking names.
Yeah.
The laugher. We getting laughed at now because he was right. He was right, and he proved it, and his method worked. So I just want to give kudos to Indiana winning their first national title. I think this is huge. I think this is the best coaching job we've ever seen in all of college football, in all 150 plus years of college football. This is the best job ever done by a coach. And I'm going to say something unpopular right now. Curt Cignetti is the best coach in college football right now. I don't care. He just won with Indiana, which we're going to get into in a few minutes, with these other slackers and these other coaches at these big schools. You know, actually, I'm going to be honest with you, Cam, and we'll get into it in a second. You no longer have an excuse if you're at South Carolina, Shane Beamer. You no longer have an excuse if you're at LSU. What's my boy name?
Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. You no longer have an excuse at Oregon anymore, Dan Lanning. Sark, you need to do something.
Nope.
You after what we see, and we'll talk about it in a minute. That's the conversation I'm really ready to get into. Dabo Swinney, the excuses are done. I don't need to hear another excuse, and we'll jump into it in a minute. But there should be no more excuses anymore for any coach at any Power 5 school. Indiana just won a national title. Indiana. NC State, you should have hope today. Mississippi State, you should have hope. I mean, every school that's at least a Power 4 school that has a decent alumni base should feel good today. Should feel like anything is possible. I'm not going to lie. But the floor is yours. We'll get more into it, you know, on what I want to talk about. But just give me your, take on the game and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's ain't no no real takes. I mean it was a good game, like you said. I thought Mendoza had his Heisman moment on that wrestling touchdown. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm with you too. I think Miami. I thought about it earlier. I might have even tweeted it out. I was like, Miami really don't even need to feel sorry because number one, they played very well. You know what I'm saying? And number two, they're likely going to be back next year because they're pouring a lot of money in their football team in their program, and they're doing it kind of in a similar way as in Indiana, where they're getting a lot of transfers. And I think they're throwing a lot of they're just throwing a lot of a whole bag at players. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they breaking out the Brinks truck for everybody. You know, and we'll talk about the Darian Mensah situation here in a second, but I think Miami's going to be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Too. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, as far as Indiana goes, man, I mean, I'm with you, bro. I'm ready to talk about that now, to be honest with you, because I got bars. I got bars for a couple of coaches. You know what I'm saying? Because you let this man come from Elon, come from, I think, a smaller Indiana school, came from James Madison, just now getting into D1 FBS college football 2 years in and won a national championship, bro. 16
at Indiana, by the way.
At Indiana. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand Indiana is they're not a good team historically. The worst team in college football historically. They got the most losses ever by any college football program. They're the first time national champion since 1998. You know what I'm saying? This is brand new blood.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, since I've been alive, this is the first time we've seen a brand new national champ in Indiana. And this guy then came out of nowhere, really, and he bet on himself. He believed in himself, believed in the players that he brought in, and they won a national championship. Undefeated, 16-0, by the way. First team to do that since pictures was in black and white.
Not playing against slappies either. They had to go through Alabama. They had to go through Oregon, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Like, bro, they Miami. Like, they didn't go through no slouches to get here. But go ahead. Sorry.
They went through. No, you good. They went through. I mean, they played. For everybody saying the Big Ten is the second best conference. I mean, there you go. You got your champ out of the Big Ten. That's 3 in a row, by the way, for the Big Ten. So they might actually be the best conference in the land right now. That's 3 in a row. The Michigan, Ohio State, and now Indiana. They're you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The Big Ten is better than the SEC right now, bro. Because they winning championships. And for all you SEC coaches and ACC coaches and Big 12 coaches that think that it's a long process, Indiana right there, Kirk Cinetti just put every single coach in America on the hot seat. He just put every single coach in America, other than Kirby Smart. I think Kirby's obviously going to be all right. But every other coach in America is on the hot seat right now. Every single coach. Because I'm with you. Sark, because I was saying the kind of last year, I was like, okay, Sark, you know, he's bringing Texas back. It's a slow progress, you know what I'm saying? But he's doing good. At this point, man, you got to go win it next year. Dan Lanning, you 100%. I've never been on the Dan Lanning train because Oregon got all the money in the world and they ain't never won no chip. And he getting crowned as this, that, and the third, and he ain't did nothing, bro. Dan Lanning, you need to be winning the national championship next year. Lane Kiffin, you left Ole Miss, who made it pretty far in this college football playoff. They made it to the Final Four. You at LSU, you at least got to get that next year in the first year. There's no excuse. You at least have to get that far in the first year. Dabo Swinney, and I'm gonna let you go about this, man, but you gotta step up and you gotta get you a championship here soon. Another one. Who else out there? Kalen DeBoer. You really ain't got no excuse.
He's another one. I forgot about him.
You really ain't got no excuse because Alabama was in prime position before.
Prime position, yeah.
So
he actually might be more on the hot seat with me than Dan Lanning and all those
everybody
guys.
else. Exactly. Because again, I was kind of feeling sorry for bro. I was like, man, he came to Alabama. They just Boom, boom, boom. I don't care
No.
about none of that no more, man.
No.
If this old man that ain't got no kind of, I mean, he kind of just came out of nowhere. Yeah, he was with Saban for a couple of years, but he was with smaller schools, bro. If he and Indiana's still a smaller school. I mean, they ain't no they're a powerhouse right now, but when he got there, they weren't.
Yeah.
They was 2-9, I think, when he took over. 3-9, something like that. If he can take over Indiana and win a national championship, every single head coach in America is on the hot seat, bro. Every single one. Mario Cristobal, you made it to the national championship game. You got to get back. Marcus Freeman, you got to get back. You know what I'm saying? James Franklin, you at Virginia Tech, you got to take them back there. Every team, man, any team, like you said, that's got an alumni base worth anything, your Miamis, your Texas A&M, SMU, any team in Texas, really, Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying? Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Ole Miss, Florida State, all of them teams. Oh man, what's his name? That fool down in Florida State, boy. What's that boy name? Norvell. You lucky you still got a job this morning.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, I probably would have.
Yeah.
I probably would have called you and said, "Man, you got to go," and we bringing in somebody else. Because I hate to say it, but Deion Sanders, you in the same boat too. I mean, it's like I said, every head coach in America, every head coach. Name one that ain't on the hot seat. What's Kyle Whittingham? You already on the hot seat at Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ryan Day, you back, bro. You back on the hot seat at Ohio State. Everybody's on notice.
He just won. I ain't gonna say Ryan Day because he just won a natty last year.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah. Everybody in America is on notice.
I'm gonna be real. You saying Kirby don't deserve to feel that pressure? He ain't won a national title since 2022.
Sheesh.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he should feel the pressure, but if we're gonna say Ryan Day feeling the pressure, again, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you.
Right. This is a topic I've been wanting to talk about all day today.
Yeah.
And really, even last night, there is no longer a effing excuse going forward for any of these coaches. Like, I'm serious. If you are at a Power 4 school, if you're at a Power 4 school with a decent alumni base, which is dang near probably like 50, 60 schools at this point.
That's all of them pretty much, man.
Any Power 4 school, you love
everybody except like Northwestern, man.
Did. You no longer have an excuse.
None, man.
You no longer have an excuse. I'll give a little bit of an excuse to the people like Georgia Tech because they're like smart schools. You got to have a certain academic prestige to get in those schools. So I'll give a little bit of limitation to those type of schools, like the Dukes and Virginia, Georgia Tech, and those types of schools. I'll give a little grace to. But if you're any like regular old Power 4, decent alumni base, grade in academics ain't that hard to get in, you're on the clock. I'm sorry. Like, you're on the clock going forward, bro. I'll name all the names you just named. I'm 100% with. My number one actually is Kalen DeBoer now because Saban left you in a perfect spot and you still have not won anything. Yeah. I don't even think they've won their conference since Saban has left. Have they won their conference since Saban's left? They haven't. They haven't even.
They haven't won. They haven't won their division.
They haven't even won their conference since Saban has left. They haven't even won their conference. So I think, and Saban left them in almost a perfect situation. Kalen DeBoer might be number one on my list of like, you need to win the championship like now, like next year, or be at least there. Number two, Dan Lanning. I'm sick of this guy. I'm starting to kind of like not like Dan Lanning a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And it kind of started when he was doing all the "we ain't doing this for clicks" stuff with Deion a couple years ago, and then now it seems like everything he's doing is for clicks. So it's kind of like it was.
It's like if you ain't doing it for clicks, what you doing it for? Because you ain't doing it for no championships neither. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, all those social media games he be playing. Dan Lanning is kind of getting to a point where it's like you're kind of doing it for clicks. And again, money isn't an issue because you have the money of all money, Nike money.
Nike, bro.
What are we talking about here? So that shouldn't be no issue. Dan Lanning, number 2 on my list of you got to win now or your tail should be fired. I'm just going to get right to it. Because after what I've seen with Kirk Cignetti, and people, let me bring this up too far. I keep going on my list. People keep saying, oh, Indiana has a lot of millionaires and a big alumni base, which we just talked about. Y'all, Indiana ain't got a whole bunch of superstars on their team.
Right.
Why are we acting like the money is what Indiana does not have a bunch of superstars? Fernando Mendoza coming in this year was not no superstar. Stop it. Surratt at wide receiver did not come in as no superstar. Stop it. He was a decent, good wide receiver. Cooper, decent, good wide receiver. Them 2 running backs they got, they were decent running backs. One was at Maryland. I forgot where the other one was at. Black, I can't remember where he was at, but he was at another place too last year. These were just decent role players at their old schools. So why are y'all talking about, oh, Indiana got Mark Cuban? That don't matter. They didn't,
like Mark.
I would understand if they had a roster like Ohio State. Then I'd be like, yeah, that's valid.
But they still ain't spent $20 million. You know what I'm saying? They might have, but they ain't spent. Yeah, they ain't spent no more than Texas Tech and Ohio State did this year.
No.
And
I'm gonna tell you another one. You just named them. Texas Tech. All that money y'all got in that easy ass conference too. Y'all are on the clock as well. Because y'all should be going 12-0 every year because that conference stinks with the money that y'all have. I think they said they spent like $30 million on their roster this year. The coach down at Texas Tech, you no longer have an excuse. Let me add him to the list.
Like he
also as well. Go ahead.
I was about to say he had a great year and it was a great story for Texas Tech because this is their best season ever. But it's
over now.
It's over now.
You just need Kirk Cignetti win a title in 2 years. It's over, brother.
It's over now.
It's over. Like you need to be competing for a title.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna go a step further. Almost every SEC coach is on this list. If you're in the SEC or the Big Ten, you're on this list of coaches that need to be competing for a title every year. I'm gonna be honest. Even if it's Illinois, I don't care. Indiana just won a title.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. Indiana, like you said, is one of the perennially worst programs in college football into the last 2 years. There is no excuse for these guys anymore. Christopher Sweeney, let me get into you. Waiting to get here.
Yeah.
There is no longer an excuse for Christopher Sweeney at all. People are trying to tell me, oh, how you being negative about this? How you turn this about you? You guys do realize we just went 7-6 this year on a roster that I'm gonna tell you a secret. Clemson spent about $26 million on their roster this year. To go 7-6.
Yeah,
they spent $26 million to go 7-6. Dabo Sweeney, you are on the clock, brother. You're on the clock. And I said it last night, and I'll say it again. There is no way, after what we see with Indiana, and just in general, Clemson's longevity, there's no way Clemson should not be a top 12 program year in and year out, at least in the playoffs. There's no way. There's no way. I don't mind a loss or two there. Hey, whatever. You need to be 10-2 at least and fighting for a playoff berth every single season because you are Clemson. I don't want to hear a single excuse after what I just seen Indiana do this offseason, this past year, and get to national. And they did it back-to-back years where Kirk Cignetti immediately came in there, gutted everything out, and said, we're going to start from scratch, and I'm going to build this team the way I want to build this team. Christopher Sweeney, you no longer will get an excuse from me. You already know I'm your hardest critic anyway. But you definitely it didn't get no easier for you last night. Because anything less than 10 wins in a playoff berth for me is going to be a disappointment going forward. I'm not going to lie. Because I just see Indiana win a national title. You should be right there in the mix of a top 12 seed every single year. Lane Kiffin, you don't have a single excuse anymore. You're at LSU, probably a top 5 job in football. You need to be in the playoffs next year. Facts. I don't even care.
Man, no.
You think you got to make a run?
You got to make a run, bro. Ain't gonna be no.
I'm
You got to
kinda
make
with
a
it.
run because the way I see it, not to cut you off, but the way I
Yeah,
see
you
it,
good.
he need to do. There's no excuse why he can't do what Miami just did. At the very least, he got to do that. You see what I'm saying? I need to see that. That's what I need. He need to. And matter of fact, his Ole Miss squad just made a run. So his in my opinion, his LSU squad need to first year.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna tell you
get
another one
one.
we brought up. Hold on, he ain't. I gotta get this while it's on my mind. Lincoln Riley, I'm looking dead at you. You are another one that cannot escape this. You might be the biggest culprit of this. You looking right in this camera, Lincoln Riley. There is no way on God's green earth Indiana has gotten a ring before SC.
Yo.
Indiana got in the playoffs twice before you even got in once at SC. Lincoln Riley, you not escaping it. Look, I'm looking at Lincoln Riley. You gotta get to the playoffs, bro. You actually slick gotta make a run. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. You slick gotta make a run because you literally own the West Coast. USC is supposed to own the West Coast. Period. And they ain't been doing that because they've been slacking. You got the #1 recruiting class in high school this year. It's no excuse, bro. I'm sorry. He's probably the biggest culprit outside of Kalen DeBoer of these slackers that are not getting it done. Lincoln Riley, bro, you gotta win it. You gotta win a title. You at least need to be making a run for it.
You gotta get.
I'm not gonna lie. Because we just see Indiana again, any college that's got a big fan base, they gotta come with it, bro. Because we just see Indiana win a title, bro. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's a great point because when you really think about it, there's no reason why USC shouldn't at least be the 3rd or 4th best team in the Big Ten, and they wasn't even that.
They wasn't even that.
Yeah, you right. I ain't gonna lie. You right.
USC, bro. When I was growing up, I don't know about you, Cam. Well, you was growing up in the Reggie Bush era too.
Yeah. Matt Lyon and all of them.
When we were growing up, bro, SC literally ran anything past Dallas with them. They owned the West Coast.
Yeah.
Owned it, literally. Like, that was them. Anything past Dallas is USC land, period. Lincoln Riley, you have no excuse. You can't say we ain't got money. You in LA, dude. You know they got money out there. Come on, stop it.
Oh, SC got a #1 recruiting class. Oh, yeah, man. You got to do something. Do something with
it.
To
me, if dude, I'm going to be honest, man. If he doesn't get, I don't even care if he goes 9-3. If they don't get in the playoffs this year, fire his ass.
You got to
fire him. Up, bro. I fire him. I'm being so serious. SC should pull the absolute plug on Lincoln Riley if he doesn't at least get them to play. We just seen Indiana win a national title, bro. Come on. You got to pull the plug on this dude if he don't at least get you in the playoffs. I ain't even saying win a title. If he don't at least get you in the playoffs, he got to go, man.
I got another one for you.
Go ahead.
And this one, I got another one. Bill Belichick, your old behind need to be making some moves. Matter of fact, because that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, because Indiana, because North Carolina, we knew they had money too. You know what I'm saying? They got money now, and they got the alumni. So you really need to be kind of on that same seat. You at least, because kind of in a similar situation now. That was your first year, sure, whatever. But all of that's washed down the drain. Next year, y'all need to be something, bro.
Yeah.
And again, you at least, we saying it again. Now, every team that we didn't name, y'all, we didn't keep in mind, we didn't name more than 12 teams.
Yeah.
So somebody gonna be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I mean,
you at least
but
that's the nature of the game now. That's why I said Kirk Cignetti done put everybody on. He done put America on notice. Everybody is on the hot seat because if he could take Indiana 16-0. If you at your big school with your big money and your big fan base and big alumni base, if you can't be one of the top 12 teams in the country, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to, it don't matter. Like I said.
I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to name off the schools that like 100%, if you're not competing in that those top 12 spots, you 100% should be getting canned. I'm going to name them. Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Texas. I'm gonna say Texas A&M because all the money they got.
100%.
Texas Tech.
Every school in Texas. SMU. Put them in there.
I mean, they got the money.
They got money.
They got the money. I'll leave them off though right now.
Yeah.
I'll leave them off right now. But though I said Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All the big three in Texas, they need to be competing. Clemson.
Yeah. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yep.
SC.
Yep.
Michigan.
Alabama.
Ohio State. Alabama. That's 13 right there. Let me see who else need to be in that mix every
Florida
single
State.
Florida State, Penn State, that's 15.
Miami.
That's 16. These are all
Florida.
Ole Miss, that's 17. Florida, that's 18.
Shoot. Give
Any
me
of the main players in college football, like top 25ish teams, all need to be fighting for what Indiana did. Flat out. I mean, there's really no other way to cut it.
You said I think Georgia Tech got to be one of them teams. I know you didn't say them. You said you give them a little pass.
The only reason I give Georgia Tech a little bit of slight is because it's one of those academic prestige schools. So you got to have a certain grade point average to even get on the team. That's the only reason.
Yeah. That's
I'm like,
but still though, because
most public schools will be lenient. Like, okay, he got 2.5, we'll let him in. He got 2.3, we'll let him in. You know. But at Georgia Tech, like I think you got to have like a 3.0 to even like be on the team type beat.
But you still you in the ACC, and you still got some kind of history there though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. True. You done put some people in the league.
Yeah,
you got alumni, and Virginia Tech is another team, kind of a similar situation. Yeah. They probably got a
Penn State's another one that probably needs to be on.
You said don't. Did you say Michigan? I think you
said Michigan. I said Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think UCLA need to be there, or no? You get them a pass. They're not historical.
They're not historical.
Yeah.
But you got that LA money, bro. Them alumni at UCLA. I'm telling you from a basketball standpoint, them UCLA alumni are rich as hell.
But
they are rich, bro. Like y'all, you laughing, but I'm serious. Bro. They can put up real money.
What about the old Pac-12? What about the Arizona States of the world and the Arizonas? What about because they've been in the mix lately.
In the mix, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even Oklahoma State,
Colorado,
or BYU, Utah, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
It's like 25 teams that really should be on the Kirkson anyway, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Might be more.
Did you say South Carolina earlier?
I didn't. South Carolina, I would tell
them they need to be
Tennessee. I forgot about that. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Heupel's another one. Heupel's another one. Hold on, let me get Heupel's another one. Heupel, I'm looking dead at you. Heupel, you're another one. It's time. You are slacking. He actually needs to be up there with like the other top 5 slackers.
Yep.
He needs to be up there. Heupel needs to be. Dude, Kirk Cincinnati got everybody having to look at themselves.
Everybody on notice, man.
But
did we say Miami?
We said Miami.
We did. Okay.
Auburn's another one. Good call. Auburn's another one.
Yeah.
Auburn's another one that should be in the mix every other year. Every year or so, they need to be in the mix. So again,
look, y'all, we done named about
30 schools,
25 teams. Yeah. So that's why I said it's gonna be a lot of coaches. That's gonna be if they do it how me and T saying, where he put everybody on notice, it's gonna be a lot of coaches getting canned, bro. In the next couple of years, and they should be.
I honestly think it's gonna turn into the NFL. Like how after about 2 years or so, folks getting canned. You don't get 9 wins out. Like I think that's what's gonna start happening going forward. Like the NFL.
Because, like you said, now we in a different situation where we got contracts and stuff going on.
Let's go ahead and transition into that. Let's go ahead.
We buying players.
Darian Mensah, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think Darian Mensah, Washington is a good one. They got a big alumni face. That's a really good one, AB. I would add them to my list as well because they just up there with Oregon too, like as far as like size, school, alumni base, and all that. But anyway, let's talk about Darian Mensah. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Darian Mensah dead ass wrong for what he did. And
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. If you knew, we knew Miami was gonna tamper. I don't have a problem with that. That's what they do. If you knew you was even thinking about going into that portal, which I honestly thought Mensah should have went to the league because he'd be a first round pick probably this year because this year's quarterback class sucks in my opinion.
He would have been QB
But,
too.
yeah, right. And same with Trinidad Chambers. I don't know why he's trying to come back for an 18th year.
For what are you doing,
dude, if
bro?
you go to the league right now, you might be the 3rd overall pick. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't really understand why he's like trying to come back. But anyway, long story short, whatever. Darian Mensah waited to the last day of going into the portal to go. That's where I think he messed up at. If you knew you was kind of intrigued and going, give him a week. Give Duke at least like a couple of days. Like, all right, I'm probably going to hit the portal. But the thing is, he just signed his contract a week before hitting the portal.
Yeah.
So we got a mess in college football right now. And the only thing that is going to fix this, and NCAA is not going to want to do it because it's going to cost them money. There needs to be a CBA. There's no way this can continue to happen. Because he just signed a 2-year contract last year at Duke. So that pretty much means that contract means nothing. If he can just, I'm heading off to Duke. I'm heading off to Miami. And if you heard the offer that Miami gave him, it was something crazy like
it was ridiculous.
Country club living. His sister got a full ride scholarship, and his mama gonna be on jets. It was
Adidas
crazy.
Deal.
Adidas deal, like it was wild. But in my personal opinion, I feel like Mensah was wrong. But I ain't mad at him. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's, you putting your whole family on. So I'm not mad at him for. It's like the timing of it. Like, come on, bro. You just signed a contract, signing back up with Duke, and then 7 days later, you like, oh, I gotta head back. And like, nah, you should have thought about that before, doing that.
Right. Yeah. My issue is, I'm kind of like with you, because they're not really signing contracts. That's the big issue.
Exactly.
Everybody calling them contracts, but they're not really signing.
They're not really contracts because there's no legal binding to them.
Right. It's just kind of like an agreement. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they need to start. I think they probably need to start doing contracts.
Yeah, we need CBA, bro.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this Mensah situation. I'm looking at dude from Clemson situation that's going to Ole Miss now.
What's up with that? Has that been confirmed or like what's the deal?
It's the same as that thing as the Mensah situation. Mensah ain't officially committed to Miami yet, but we know he going.
Yeah.
And the Ferrelli kid ain't officially committed to Ole Miss yet, but we know he going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hold up. I think the hold because Clemson threatening legal action just like Duke is.
Yeah.
Duke suing Mensah in his camp. And saying that I mean it's you gotta get it on paper, man. You gotta get a legal thing. I don't like the whole contract thing in college, but you gotta have to do it, man. Because if that's what it is, if that's what it's supposed to serve the purpose of, then you might as well just go on and make it a real contract and say, if you sign a 2-year deal with Duke, then it might be a 1-and-1 where it's a player option after the first year, but you got to let us know in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to let us know if you enter in the transfer portal in the first week of the portal that's open. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the very last day, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe you can do something like that. But it's tough because, like you said, what can Darian Mensah do about it? Like what Miami tampered real late in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe him. I don't think he really was thinking about leaving. Kind of the same way with the dude that transferred to Clemson. Mm-hmm. He ran and told Dabo, like, man, they and offering me, man, they kind of playing in your face, man. They tampering with you. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's kind of like they done up that offer, and you got to understand these kids is 19, 20, 21 years old. I know it's different, but still, it's like that money. And like you said, Mensah, they saying, man, your sister can come here with a full ride and a scholarship, and she gonna be on the team. You know what I'm saying? We about to get you an Adidas deal and a promo, a campaign. I'm like, man, what can he?
Country club living, brother.
Country club living. Like, and $10 million, and we gonna buy you out your Duke contract. So you ain't even got to worry about Duke no more. We gonna take care of that, and we're gonna give you 10 million, and you're gonna live in a country club, and your sisters can come here, and we taking care of your family, and you get an Adidas deal and a campaign.
You can't turn that down.
You can't turn it down, you know. And I'm sure, because again, he signed with Duke early in the process. I'm sure he didn't want to leave Duke, but when you get a deal like that, you ain't got no choice.
That's why I don't be super hard on those kids. Like I see a lot of people going at Ferrelli but dude, I mean, if you're getting like life-changing stuff like that,
life-changing money,
like,
because
it's definitely harder said than done. It's wrong, but it's definitely harder said than done.
But is it really wrong? Because think about me and you. Me and you would leave our job right now if we got an extra 10K.
100%, I would. I like my job though, but yeah.
No. Let me make sure I say that.
Yeah,
let me make sure I say that. Like, I'm not saying
it's a fact though, just for a better, quality of life.
Just for a better. If somebody came right now, and even though I just started my job a couple months ago, and you just started your job not too long ago,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If somebody came through and was like, "Man, we gonna give you double of what your job paying, and we're gonna take care of some of your living, and we're gonna take care of this and that and the third," you gone. You know what I'm saying? We out of here. And that's no disrespect to my job.
No, that's no disrespect to my job at all. Yeah, but that's just
we out of here, bro. We ain't got no choice.
That's just common sense. That's anybody.
Right. Why would you? I mean, how could my job expect me to choose them? You know what I'm saying? When somebody else coming at me and saying, "Man, we about to change your life."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We about to change your life, you know?
Yeah.
Now I might go to my job first and be like, "Look, man, somebody telling me this, that, and the third, like Luke Ferrelli did." Yeah. He said, "Man, Ole Miss telling me this." You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to be funny. It's not funny. Did they say that Luke Ferrelli like blocked Dabo numbers?
I think he did. He disappeared.
Bro,
he disappeared. But see, that's the thing. When you're dealing with kids, they don't know. Bro, they don't know how to handle situations.
All,
no, it is because it is funny because
with that bag, he told them. Bro, that's not funny. You almost gotta laugh at it, bro. It's not funny though. Oh,
you gotta laugh because it's again. I know a lot of Clemson fans are hurt by it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta understand.
It's kind of funny though when you think about it, though, bro.
But if it was you, you know, you would do the same as that thing. Like and any of them Clemson fans that saying they wouldn't is lying now.
It's lying, bro.
They lying. They lying. You would 100%. Because I know them people, these Clemson fans that be keyboard warriors, I know they don't make no more than $10,000 in a year. You know what I'm saying? They sitting at home in their basement. You know what I'm saying? And if another job came through and said, "Man, we're going to get you a house that you ain't even got to pay for," yeah, they going, man. Come on now.
Come on, man. Everybody got a price.
Literally, everybody got a price. Ain't like we talking about selling your soul.
That's why I don't knock these kids. Like, it's hard. And I commend the people that are like, "No, I'm gonna stay to my commitment." That's great too. But I can't knock a 19, 20-year-old getting told, "Hey, at Clemson, you're only making $800,000. You come here, you about to make $4 million. Your mama gonna be paid. We're gonna give your dad a job. You gonna have a mansion." Like, come on.
Come on now.
Come on, bro.
Come on now.
You gotta go. You gotta do that. You gotta put your whole family on, bro.
Like, you gotta do that. Every last one of y'all would do that.
Kid, if that's what was told or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
it'd be different. It'd be different if Clemson was paying him like $700K and Ole Miss was like $750. Like, nah.
Yeah, right.
You wildin'.
Right.
But they saying Clemson was like 700 and Ole Miss was like 1.5.
1.5,
it's like,
right?
Yeah, it's like go on, bro.
Go do what you gotta do. G. Like, I ain't even mad at you, bro.
Yeah, like I hate it. I hate it. You know what I'm
saying? I hate it too,
but
we humans at the end of the day, bro. I feel like sometimes these Clemson keyboard warriors and Twitter people, they just think about Clemson, like, bro. Yeah, this is life, bro. These young men life, bro. Like, they could change their folk life. Bro, Ferrelli could blow out his knee tomorrow morning, but his life low key straight. He took
bro.
That 1.4, bro. He good.
As a 20-year-old, he done took care of his family, man.
He's straight. Like, he's straight for a while, bro, until he figure it out. So it's like, you gotta really think about all that stuff, man. When you
think about this too, man. Just think about like just we're Clemson fans because we were born and raised into it.
Right.
These college kids, they don't have.
And allegedly, they said I wasn't born and raised into it, but my dad is literally in the comments. He will tell you I've been a Clemson fan since literally birth.
You ain't even gotta explain nothing to these.
They'll tell me I'm not a real Clemson fan though, but my dad is in the comments. He'll vouch for me.
But see, some of their people, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no ties to Clemson, bro.
None
whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? They just a fan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand, we was born and raised into this thing, man.
Yep.
But Luke Farrelly, you know what I'm saying? He chose Cal first. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's from San Diego, so he ain't got no ties.
He ain't got no ties to Clemson. He don't have no. And again, I'm not trying to excuse him leaving or nothing like that, but I'm just saying I completely understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at the situation, but I ain't mad at him because that's money we talking about, and I want everybody to get their bag. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. I'm thinking about myself. If knowing how much I love Clemson, if somebody came to me and said, "Look, bro, we doubling what you getting, and you gonna live a little bit better. We gonna take care of your mom. We gonna take care of your folks." Man, shoot. Come on now.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
I gotta do what I gotta do, man. I can still love Clemson from a distance.
There you go. You feel me? So I get it, man. Let's move on to the NFL. That was fun. We talked a lot about college, but let's get into some NFL stuff because I want you to have your moment because you deserve it for one. Let's start off with the games on Saturday. Let's just jump right into it. I want you to have your moment. The Bills lose to the Broncos, in overtime, right? 33-30. They lose. Josh Allen is now, I believe, 8-7 in playoff games. And they lose again. McDermott's been fired. All type of mayhem has happened up there in the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
I want the floor is yours because you have been a Lamar truther. You've been a Lamar and I actually, you know what? Before I give you the floor, I'll get my bars off quick because Cam, I want to actually get on here and apologize to you because you have been 100% correct about. I told you this on Twitter. You have been 100% correct about the narrative around Josh Allen that I've ignored for years. You are also right about Lamar Jackson being better than Josh Allen. I'm calling that out as well right now. I think Josh Allen is the third best quarterback in the NFL. I think Lamar is number 2, and I still think Mahomes is 1. But I am now on agreement with you on that, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not even because success-wise in the playoffs, Josh Allen has actually won more, but a lot of their losses in the playoffs are because of him as well.
Yeah.
Actually, probably like the majority of the 7. Like the other day ago, for example, everybody's trying to evolve Josh Allen from why they lost. He had 4 turnovers. Look at this cap. 4 turnovers. He was not perfect. I don't know why people are acting like, oh, he tried. I seen this black dude. I don't even know who he was. He's like, oh, Josh Allen, only one man. You couldn't
talking
do
about on NFL Network, Mike Rob.
I'm like, dude, he had 4 turnovers. What are we talking about? And I will say this, Lamar Jackson's losses in the playoffs, now granted, some have been on him, but the majority have been on the things around him, like Mark Andrews fumbling the ball the last year or dropping the ball in the end zone. The year before that, Zay Flowers fumbling the ball against the Chiefs going into the end zone was a main reason for that loss. So they're losing their games in the playoffs outside of Lamar. With Josh Allen, a lot of his losses are due to, and Cam Newton brought this up, a lot of their losses are due to his mistakes and his bad choices. So again, bro, I'm with you. I've been like, oh, hold on. But at this point, bro, I'm with you, bro. I think you're right. I think you're in the right. I want to give you your credit when it was due. It's due. And I'm going to let you have one more thing before I let you go. Y'all have got to stop coddling Josh Allen. It has to stop now. It's gotta stop, bro. It's been happening for too long, and I didn't say anything. It's too much, bro. He's been coddled for way too long. It needs to be Jover. He needs to be held accountable like the rest of these quarterbacks that fail and fought. Do him just like y'all do Lamar Jackson when he loses in the playoffs. Do him just like y'all do Jalen Hurts when he loses in the playoffs. Even Jared Goff, I feel like, gets a rough rap every time they lose in the playoffs. Even do him like him. Like, again, bro, y'all got to hold this dude accountable to the same. CJ Stroud's getting it right now real bad, which is deserved. But
yeah,
you feel me? The floor is yours, Cam. I'm just going to let you go at it because this is your time because you've been saying this for years, but floor is yours.
Man, I've been going at it all weekend, bro. It's like just seeing the takes, man. First, let me touch on the game first. It was a good game. It was a really good game. I think, like I said, Josh had some really good plays. You know what I'm saying? Them plays that only it seemed like he can make. You know what I mean? But he also had them really boneheaded, stupid turnovers that only he can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to add nuance to these games. This is what I want. That's why I've been talking about. I want consistency. This is what I want. All right. You got to have these nuanced takes about all of these players because it seems like you said, when a Lamar Jackson loses in the playoffs, it's Lamar Jackson loses. It's not the Ravens lost. You know what I'm saying? It's not the Ravens defense failed to get a stop. It's not Tyler Luke missed a field goal. It's Lamar Jackson lost the game. And it's not, it's never been fair. Jalen Hurts. I've been bringing this up all weekend. Jalen Hurts just won Super Bowl MVP not even a year ago, bro. Not even 365 days, not even 12 months. And there's already rumors talking about the players don't like him. They're mad that Sirianni and the ownership and the GM don't ever get on him. And it's like, they don't do this for nobody else.
No.
They don't do this for somebody. He just won Super Bowl MVP. What do you mean they don't like him? He's the reason they got a championship. He's the reason they won the game.
Yep.
You can't, yes, they like him. Obviously, they like him. You just hear about how they talk about him. They like bro. You know what I'm saying? But you don't ever hear that for a guy like a Josh Allen, bro. And it makes no sense because Josh hasn't won anything except for one MVP now. He got his MVP finally that they basically forced him to have because they was so upset that he didn't have one. Yep. The narrative last year, see, a lot of people forget. The narrative last year was, is Lamar Jackson 3 MVPs better than Josh Allen? That was the whole reason why he won it, because they was trying to say that the gap wasn't as wide as the seasons make it seem like it is. But that's not how it should go. You remember when it's the same thing we talked about this last year when Joel Embiid won MVP over Jokic. Everybody was saying that the gap wasn't that big. But it's clear that the gap was actually humongous.
Yep.
The gap between Jokic and Embiid is 10 times bigger than the gap between Lamar and Josh Allen. I tell you that right now. It's 10 times bigger than that. Yep. Embiid has never been the player that Jokic is and never will be. Now, Josh and Lamar is very close. It's neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? There's been there's been times where Josh Allen is better. They're firmly tied at QB2 in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. That's really where they are for me. But at the end of the day, this whole narrative that Josh deserves one MVP because Lamar got 2 and was almost had 3, that was ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the media, they just keep coddling, bro. That dude got on NFL Network and was about to cry.
Yeah.
Was about to cry.
Talk about Dan O. Talk about Dan.
And see, Dan, they saying Dan paid by the Bills because the way he be coddling, bro. He got on TV yesterday and said, now it was a clip taken out of context, but still the context don't even matter. He tried to say that the offensive lineman should have fell on one of them fumbles. No, your quarterback should have held onto the ball, bro.
Oh, right.
Like the offensive line job is to block downfield. It's not to fall on a fumble, man. That's not what they built for. That's not what they supposed to do. Your quarterback's supposed to take care of the football, and he didn't in the game.
Yep.
What name another quarterback in the NFL playoff history that can have 4 turnovers and not get blamed for losing the game? CJ Stroud had 4 interceptions. Now, and he had a bunch of turnovers the week before that, and he got crucified.
Yep.
Now, obviously, he played far worse than Josh Allen did, but still, it's like he got absolutely crucified. But Josh had 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and you got people online talking about some, man, you played your heart out, you did all you could, you carried your team. Keep in mind, they said Lamar Jackson was only elite last year because he had Derrick Henry. James Cook led the league in rushing yards this season. So I don't understand. You know, it's I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I will concede, yes, the Bills aren't as loaded as the Baltimore Ravens might be. You know what I'm saying? Because the Ravens do still have a lot of Pro Bowlers on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give them that. But again, when your defense was ranked 23rd, you probably really shouldn't have that many Pro Bowlers to begin with. Kyle Hamilton, yes, but everybody else that made a Pro Bowl on the Ravens didn't need to make it. Roquan Smith, I think he was a Pro Bowler. Absolutely not. He was bad this year.
Yeah, he was.
But people are not going to say that because of his name. You know what I'm saying? They just automatically assume, oh, the Ravens got Roquan Smith. They're elite. No, Roquan was bad this year.
Yeah.
He had 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. I think he had 1 forced. I think he had a touchdown. He had a fumble recovery touchdown, and he had like 100 tackles. That was his stats on the season. Pro Bowler. Zay Flowers, you brought him up. Now I like Zay Flowers, but he was a Pro Bowler this year, and he had more fumbles than touchdowns at the time. Like, come on, like it's just like the Pro Bowl that's just name recognition, man. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, outside of Linderbaum and Kyle Hamilton, them really the only 2 Pro Bowlers for the Ravens that should have been this year, and Derrick Henry, in my opinion, he was awesome this year.
Yeah, he was.
But again, my whole point is that the media does not treat them the same, bro. They don't treat. I mean, shoot, I'll be frank with you, they starting to not even treat Burrow like that, man, because he having injury issues. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm gonna make it a race thing, bro, because Burrow been banged up more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I like Burrow. I'm not trying to rag on bro, but they talking about some Jaden Daniels the next RG3. Bro, Joe Burrow's played 1 full season, and that was the year they went to the Super Bowl. And I think last year they was.
You're getting to the point I want to get to. Let's cut the crap.
Let's cut it, bro. That's all it is,
race, bro. This is racism. That's all that's cute, cool, and all that. Let's just cut the crap. This is racism, and I like Joe Burrow, and I know I just went in on Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen too, but this is racism crap, bro.
It's racism, man.
It's no other way to cut the cheese, bro.
Let me ask you this, bro.
Look at the way Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels and those type of guys are critiqued, and then look at the guys like what you just said, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert's another one that keeps escaping slander.
Hey, bro,
you know
how has Justin Herbert completely escaped any team?
You know how many playoff wins Justin Herbert got? The same as me and you.
As me,
0.
The same as me and you.
And was up 28-0 in one of those games, or something like that.
And I just don't understand how. And again, I'm not saying that because I think the media is too harsh on everybody to begin with. I think they on all quarterbacks because it's not just them out there. You know what I'm saying? I think the media is way too hard on every quarterback. But what I'm saying is they real hard on the black quarterbacks, on the quarterbacks, and they let the white guys go. You know what I'm saying? Why Justin Herbert ain't caught no kind of heat for not winning the playoff game? How is he still in these top 5 elite conversations? And he don't have, and we going on 6 years of him, and he still ain't got a playoff win that y'all claim is the barometer of being a good NFL quarterback. He don't have none yet. You know what I'm saying? CJ Stroud got 3, but I guarantee you they won't say Stroud better than Justin Herbert.
No.
You know they ain't gonna do that. No. They ain't gonna say Jalen Hurts better than Justin Herbert, and he got a whole Super Bowl MVP.
He got a ring, right?
You know what I'm saying? He been to the Super Bowl twice and was elite in both of them games. And and they still won't say he better than Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty, bro. And all I'm asking for from the media is consistency. If you're gonna be hard on the black quarterbacks, you got to be hard on all the rest. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They saying Tua injury prone. Okay, you need to be calling Joe Burrow injury prone.
Yeah.
They saying Jaden Daniels gonna be the next RG3. Okay, you need to say Joe Burrow's the next Joe Theismann.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how you need to be going at it. But they ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, there's a difference of talent there. Joe Burrow is one of the top 3-4 quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. So I give him that. You know what I'm saying? He's him when healthy. But again, he hadn't been back to the Super Bowl. He ain't been back to the playoffs in a while. Like he kind of need to get some heat. Now, I would give him a pass too because he hasn't been healthy and they don't have no defense. But I'm nuanced in my take though.
Right.
Because I give Joe Burrow the same pass that I gave Lamar Jackson. I said Lamar and the Ravens, they was banged up all year. Lamar missed a quarter of the season. They didn't make the playoffs this year. It's kind of understandable because they didn't have no consistency. They didn't have no continuity. They offensive line played. The guards were terrible this year. I mean, it's the defense was, like I said, it was ranked 23rd in the league. It was awful. You know, they was lucky to be in it at the last game of the season, and they would have been in it if the kicker made the field goal. So yeah, I give Lamar a pass. I give Joe a pass. You know what I'm saying? Patrick, he tore his ACL, so it wasn't nothing he can, you know, he was out for the season, but he's another one that, you know, obviously he kind of transcends all of this because he's just so great. But he black too, you know what I'm saying? But it's Jalen. Jalen made the playoffs, 3rd seed, 11 wins. And now they done got an OC fired. I mean, it's they act like it's the end of the world in Philly. And they just won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Washington. You know what I'm saying? They saying Jaden Daniels, this, that, and the third. Man, it's his second year, man. And he just had a rough injury luck this year. And he really shouldn't have been playing when he was. That's how he got hurt to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So that's really on the head coach, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know? So it again, it's just a lot of nonsense that's going around that all I'm asking for, once again, I'm just asking for the consistency. If you're going to coddle a quarterback, if you're going to coddle your MVP quarterback, you got to coddle all the other MVP quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, one quarterback still gets a hit piece written about him saying he played too many video games and that he's not a leader in the locker room. One quarterback gets what's it called? One quarterback gets put in trade rumors every single week, even though he got a no trade clause. You know what I'm saying? One quarter and even though the owner said, you know, I'm gonna put him on a private jet when I'm getting these head coaching interviews because I want him a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? This is what they've been saying about Lamar. I'm saying. They said one quarterback, they said he was only good because his skin the same color as the football. You remember that?
Yeah.
One quarterback, they said he wasn't quarterbacky enough, even though he got the highest passer rating in NFL history. I don't know how that works. It was one quarterback, they said he can win 12 MVPs, but he'll never win one as a quarterback. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
But you won't hear them say that about
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Or Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert.
Or any white quarterbacks. Yeah, no,
any of them. You know
I'm with you, bro.
So,
like I said, I agree with you 100%. I like I said, I have been naive to it, but after this week, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't be naive to it no more, bro. Cam been right for the last couple of years on this whole thing.
Look at how they talked about the Harbaugh and McDermott situation.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest one to me because everybody was like, man, why did they fire Harbaugh? I don't understand that. Good luck finding a better coach. Tony Dungy weird self came out talking about I don't know how you gonna find a better coach. Keep in mind, he got fired himself. They found a new head coach and won the Super Bowl right after they fired him. Yeah. So if anybody should know it's possible, it's him.
Yeah.
But look at the McDermott. McDermott gets fired and everybody talking about he probably needed to go. It was time. Yeah. What?
It's crazy.
He got more success than Harbaugh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about in the last couple of years? Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, let's move on because we already running over time as is. We kind of figured this was gonna be a longer one though. It's good though. We having a good time. We don't even really need to talk about this game because I turned it off after the first quarter.
My
Go
fault.
ahead.
My fault. AB, that's a great point. I forgot about that one. They told Lamar to switch to wide receiver. I want you to understand.
Yeah.
I want y'all to understand this. Go find me.
What's the dude named the old white dude that used to be on ESPN? What's his name? He used to be the Panthers GM.
Yeah. Bill. Is it Bill Polian?
Bill Polian.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they treated black quarterbacks though. Like they said, go find me another quarterback in college football history that had 3,500 passing yards, 1,500 rushing yards, and 50 touchdowns, or 45 touchdowns in back-to-back seasons, bro. That's video game numbers. That's what he did in college. It was somebody that got online talking about some John Harbaugh turned him into an MVP quarterback. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman. You can't. Yeah. Like, come on. What are you talking about? No, go ahead, man. My fault.
All right. We ain't even got to go over this game long because I turned it off after the first quarter because the game was pretty much over that quick. Seattle, we got to take this team seriously. That's really all I got to say. I think this team is going to be – I like the Rams. You know, that's kind of like the second team I like to root for. I think Seattle's the best team in the NFL right now. And if Darnold's playing the way he's playing, I'm not going to lie, bro. It could be a problem.
What I tell you, I said it weeks ago, about a months ago now. I was like, Seattle, my team, bro. I think Seattle's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on it, bro. I'm standing on it. Now, watch they lose this weekend. But I think, did they say Zach Charbonnet, did he tear his ACL? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, he did. He's out for the season.
Yeah, so that might be kind of rough for them. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know about that. Somebody, Denzel said Sam raising the Lombardi would have never. I would have never thought it myself.
Me either.
Keep in mind, Sam before he came to the Panthers was statistically the worst quarterback in NFL history.
Correct, and he's really turned it around the last 2 years. So got to give credit where it's due. We don't even need to go too much into that game, but my main thing was I think we got to take Seattle pretty serious. Next up, we kind of already talked about this a little bit. CJ Stroud had a bad game. They lost to the Patriots 28-16. Patriots are now going to the AFC Championship.
No, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Honestly, even though the game was 28-16, I feel like the defense for the Texans again kind of did its part. But with Stroud turning over like that, it's not really much you can do, bro.
Yeah, it's again, this is kind of that situation where, like, he really didn't put his team in the best position to win. No. Like he hurt his team.
Hurt him a lot.
He was the reason why they lost.
I was about to say I hate to do this, but he was kind of like the reason they lost.
Yeah, he was the reason why they lost.
And 10 turnovers in 2 weeks is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I know I just talked about consistency, but I'm talking about nuance now. We have to be honest. He was the reason why they lost. Like, there's nothing. The defense played very well. The Patriots didn't really do nothing that well on offense. It's hard. We talk about it year over year every time. It's like defenses can't win in short field positions. They just can't. It's impossible, and they're gonna get tired. You know what I'm saying? I think there was at one point Stroud had 3 turnovers in like back-to-back drives. Like, you can't win no game like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm with you. It's like it's lucky that it was only a 12-point win.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then another really good game was the last one, the Rams versus the Bears, which I thought was a really good game, really solid. Yeah. And again, that's kind of one of them games where I still feel like even though the Bears lost, they shouldn't be walking out there with their heads held down. Like, kind of in a similar position as the Panthers. I think they can definitely get back there, especially with Ben Johnson. I think this is just the beginning for them. So even though they lost, I mean, you lost to the MVP. I mean,
right.
Who's going to really knock you for that? But, yeah, floor is yours.
I'm going to take it a step even further. And I'm going to say, and again, I'm just keeping it real. The Bears are very lucky. Or, excuse me, the Rams are very lucky that DJ Moore just failed miserably on that last route when Caleb threw that interception. Because that was all on DJ Moore. All of that was all on Moore. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, first of all, that throw that he made was insane.
Oh, the one you talking about at the end in the regulation
game. Yeah, they tied the game.
Dude,
That was
if you go back,
insane.
did you see that angle where he threw it there before the tight end even went that way? That was
Yeah.
crazy.
That was insane. And a lot of people saying it was luck, but I'm like, bro, Caleb been doing that all season, man.
He been
You know what I'm
doing
saying?
that really his whole career, even at
Yeah,
USC.
that's true. Yeah, at
Yeah.
USC, because he was making jump passes at USC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Caleb was a generational talent coming out of USC. Like, people wasn't playing with him. Like, yeah, Caleb was raw. He is raw. So, but DJ Moore, somebody said it online. They think DJ Moore might have played his last down in Chicago, because that was really egregious. Yeah, that was egregious.
Yeah, I mean,
because they say Ben Johnson don't play about stuff like that, and that was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Because he basically, like,
he didn't even have 1,000 yards receiving this season. He was like their third best wide receiver because
he didn't?
No, he didn't have 1,000 yards this year.
Oh.
I looked it up the other day because I was like, because people was talking about Loveland, and Loveland actually led their team in yards this year.
Yeah, he was good.
So I was like, well, what did DJ Moore do? DJ Moore, I'm gonna look it up right now, but I believe he only had like 700 yards or something like that. For him, that's kind of like bad.
Yeah. See, DJ Moore, the thing about him is
like DJ Moore only had 682 yards this year. I knew it was something like that.
He up and down. Somebody asked a great question online, and it was like, has he really been like this his whole career? And the answer is yes.
Yeah,
he's had moments to where, like the game that we went to in Charlotte, when PJ Walker threw that insane pass at the end. DJ Moore was fired that game. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other games where because you remember we used to always say, man, where is DJ Moore at? He used to go ghost. And it seems like he does that a lot. He exactly like AB said, and like Denzel said, he ain't try on the last route. And it's like, dude, the game is on the line. Like, if there's any time where you're supposed to be trying, it's then. And he completely failed. So that's really on him. And in my opinion, the Bears really should have won that game. They should have won.
Yeah. And I thought they really was gonna win that game. I was like, oh yeah.
No, they that's why I said it's probably DJ Moore very well could have played his last down, because that was egregious. Like, if I'm Ben Johnson, when I go back,
they said 4th round pick. Here, have him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we need
Carolina too. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure. I take him back in a heartbeat. We need somebody with that skill. For sure. Yeah. But it's just one of the things where it's like, you can't be doing that no more though. Like, if you're going, you got to give 110%, bro. This the playoffs. I know you ain't been there before, but you got to give me something. You know. So
yeah, I agree, man. Real quick before we go, because we already done been over an hour, almost 15 minutes. Kevin Stefanski getting hired to Atlanta. Let's talk about that briefly, because me and you kind of talked about it yesterday. Atlanta sports fans are hilarious, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Atlanta sports fans are hilarious, bro. But how do you feel about the hire overall, though, in general? Because I hate it because I'm a Panther fan, but I think it's a good hire, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, as a non-biased fan, I love the hire. It's perfect for Atlanta. It's perfect.
Yeah.
As somebody who lives in Atlanta, it's it's what they need.
Yep, I agree.
But like I said, me and you, we both Panthers fans. We don't like the Falcons. We hate the Falcons, but it's almost like we want better for their franchise than they fans do.
Sound like it.
Cause my boy,
DC Young Fly, right?
Boy, DC, everybody that done chimed in on this has just had the dumbest take ever, bro.
They talking about Jalen Rose's daughter say something dumb too. She lives in Atlanta too, doesn't she? She said something dumb.
Was that Jalen Rose's daughter?
Yeah, Mariah Rose's daughter. Yeah,
that's his daughter. Oh, yeah. She wilding.
That was his daughter. She said some dumb stuff too. Them Atlanta sports fans,
like
they care more about hookah and culture than winning games, bro.
That's all they care about, bro. Like, they not. And again, I hate to say it, but they dumb, bro.
Yeah,
like they really are dumb. They slow.
I think the Stefanski hire is a great hire.
It's a great hire. Like, and they talk. She said in her video, she said, she said it's a bad hire because it's the same decision that the Cleveland Browns just made. And I'm like, but Cleveland got it right though. He won Coach of the Year twice with Cleveland. There's nobody in the league that's still laughing at the Cleveland Browns in the same way that we used to laugh at them. Like, people used to show up to the Browns games with a bag over their head. You remember that?
Yep.
it's people that and they still ain't found their quarterback, but it's people that showed up with bags over their head for years, 20 years. Stefanski gets there, they make the playoffs a couple times, they win their first playoff game in forever since like the 90s. They beat the rivals in the Steelers, by the way, and they talking about it's a bad hire. No, it's not. If Atlanta had a quarterback, I promise you, Atlanta has a real shot at winning 10 or 11 games with a Kevin Stefanski because the offense is loaded. The defense is right.
The defense is right too. I was about to say.
And
you got a quarterback, they're gonna be a problem.
They're gonna be a problem, man. And you got the right coach. And they talking about a coach for the culture. So really, what you're saying is you want a black head coach, bro.
Yeah,
that's really what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you didn't like Raheem. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to understand. Sometimes it's just not gonna work that way. I know this is Atlanta. I know this is the Mecca. But you can't. Everybody on the team, somebody made a real funny. Everybody on the team just can't be black, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
everybody on the team not gonna be like us, bro.
In real talk, bro, there's real live Atlanta fans that think Mike Vick is better than Matt Ryan.
That's what I'm saying.
I lived there for 7 years. I'm telling you, there's legit Falcon fans that think. I used to hear these talks in barbershops in Atlanta, Georgia, when I lived there for 6.5, 7 years. Like they legitimately think, like Matt Ryan is far better of a quarterback than Michael Vick. But because Michael Vick's the culture and he's black, that's just Atlanta sports fans for you, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. And they don't. It's like when you hear, like you said, when you hear them talk, like in the barbershop, it's like, do y'all even watch football?
Right.
Like, what do y'all be talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, like y'all went to the Super Bowl with them boys. What did Mike Vick do for you?
Nothing. NFC. Did he got one NFC one NFC wild card win, didn't he, or something like that? He didn't do nothing.
Maybe, but they ain't go to no. I know they ain't go to no Super Bowl with him.
Oh, they ain't going to no Super Bowl, no.
And he didn't win no MVP. And again, not trying to disrespect Vic because he changed the game.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We all love us some Mike Vick. I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm saying is you gotta understand, like, if another quarterback came through at Carolina, white dude, and he took all Cam records and took us to the Super Bowl,
cool with it.
Better than.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Like, yeah, like I don't like. Yeah, I still love Cam, but I got to keep it real. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's Atlanta for you, though, man. Love the city, though.
How you feel about Jeff Hafley getting like real 30 seconds quick?
Man, who?
Yeah.
You fired Mike McDaniel for who?
Right.
What school he coached at?
Boston.
And he who?
Nasty
Boston
work.
what?
Nasty.
And he
work.
did. And he
I've never seen somebody fail upwards like that. This dude went from almost getting fired at Boston College 2 years to now the head coach in an NFL team with the Dolphins. Like, yeah.
Who?
Not gonna lie. Nasty work. I'm not even gonna lie. We ain't even gotta go no further. Robert Saleh to the Titans. How do you feel about that?
Fire. Shout out to him. I'm glad he
I think that defense is gonna cook. If they get a guy like Ruben Bain to go beside Jeffrey Simmons, they kind of getting in the right direction.
And I've heard rumors that he might try to bring in Brian Daboll as his OC.
That would be nice.
Fire.
That would be nice for Cam Ward and company. That would be nice.
That'd be fire. What about?
I'm pretty sure that's a quarterback that if Brian Daboll could have had him, even though Jackson Dart had a decent season, I'm pretty sure he would have rather had Cam Ward than Jackson Dart. So
probably. If the Giants had the number 1 overall pick, they would have took Cam Ward. So 100%. They were saying that too.
Last thing before we go, because we are almost an hour and a half. Who do you want the Ravens coach to be? Which I think I already know by your name.
Well, hold on. So you forgot John Harbaugh got hired too
by the Giants. That's right.
Yep.
We can talk about that real quick. Go ahead. I'll give you 30 seconds. Go ahead.
That's a rock star hire for them.
I think so too. I think that's a great hire for them.
Perfect.
They were talking at first like it wasn't gonna go through though, so I was kind of like, "Ooh, I don't know," but I'm glad they got it through the line. I think that's a really good hire for them.
And I'm with Harbs too.
Now I know you didn't like Harbs. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know you ain't care for Harbaugh towards the end there, but one thing he will do, he will change the culture there. That's a fact.
Yeah,
He's gonna change the culture there. That's a fact. He's going to change. I think they're going to be a lot more competitive, a lot more eager to get better with Harbaugh. There, I will say, I think it's a great hire. But go ahead. Sorry.
He gonna get you right. I think. And I'm with him because the holdup was he said he wanted to report directly to the owner instead of to the GM, and I'm with him 100% on that. Yeah, I'm with him 100% on that.
I mean, 18 years of being a pretty good coach, I think he deserves that.
And reported directly to the owner the whole time. So he deserves that. Yeah. Now back to your question about who I want the Ravens head coach to be. I just put that in question marks because that's a name that they've said, but Joe Brady in the mix now for some reason. Brian Flores still in the mix. I don't know. It's Jesse Minter, of course.
Minter's good though, man. Cause they was talking about him going back to the college ranks at one point when that Michigan job opened up. They was talking about him taking that job.
One. Yeah. Clint Kubiak still in the mix. Brian Flores still in the mix. Chris Shula, I think, is in the mix. I'll take any of them.
That was another one Atlanta fans was clamoring for too. Was Clint Kubiak, which you see what he's doing with Seattle, so I can't really.
That would have been fire. Yeah. Anybody. I've come around. I'll even take my man Eddie Tarver said Mike McDaniel was garbage. I'd even take him. To be honest with you, I'd be fine with that. Anybody that I want an offensive guy in Baltimore this time. Yeah.
No, I think
somebody that's gonna take it serious. So that way he don't have he don't have a defensive guy come in and then the OCs keep getting poached. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that.
If that's the case, I think because Jesse Minter's defense, right?
He's defense, yeah.
I think Clint Kubiak is your answer. I think that's what I would do.
It's probably gonna be. But see, you got to understand. Sean McDermott just got fired though, so I think Clint Kubiak might decide he might want to go to Josh Allen instead.
Yeah, that's true too.
So it gets kind of spooky, and again,
no disrespect, that Buffalo job and Ravens is like 1A, 1B.
They 1 and 2, yeah.
Because
so you got the two best quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
This is one of the crazy. I'm glad the Panthers didn't need a coach this year because this is one of the craziest coaching characters. It's the best one I've seen where there's like a lot of good coaches out there, but there's some good jobs open too. So
good. I'm about to say good coaches and good jobs.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Appreciate y'all. This was fun. I really enjoyed tonight's episode, man. We really got into it good. Very good episode, y'all. We'll be back next week. Appreciate y'all's love and support. As always, we thank y'all. Cam, did you want to say anything else before we log it out?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody got a good day of service yesterday in honor and remembrance of Dr. King. But
absolutely.
Other than that, man, I hope y'all have a good one, man. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all next week. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one and have a good rest of y'all week.